Peace. It's the absence of confusion. My name is Kevin, and I'm one of the senior council members of Universal School of Thought website, www.universalschoolofthought.org. Also, I'm one of the senior administrators of the Universal School of Thought Facebook group, the forum, the HURTS talk show, radio talk show. Man, where could I start? How this all started was a young brother. He was in a group. Well, really, he wanted the group was on his page, and I just was flipping through and seen the joint, and so I was reading how he was like questioning some scriptures out of Genesis dealing with and God made when he made man and woman, how he made let us make man in our image, and that us and our had drew his attention as it was plural form, and the Trinity not yet being established, it really drew up a question for him. And when he was posting up about it, on his own page, and I was reading and doing a knowledge to it, I was noticing how individuals were unable to really answer him due to their lack of Syriac, Aramaic, and what they erroneously call Hebrew language. So, I got on there and I started building about some stuff regarding those scriptures and about Cain, and if it was only Cain, Abel, Adam, and Eve, that's only one woman on the planet. Where did Cain get his wife from? Was he sleeping with his own mother? And was she in the land of Nod when they found the wife? All of the inconsistencies that was being revealed in his post. I was like, yo, this young brother he's a thinker. That's a great quality. Now, the 25th alphabet is Y. And I remember when I got my supreme alphabet, they were saying that Y is the question asked by the 85%. No, it ain't. Y is the question that is asked by a wise man who seeks to know. And him asking why shows that he was on that road, And so, I got on there with him and I started building. And he was like, yo, I got a group. So that he had a group that he had belonged to, somebody else's group. So, and I don't want to reveal that name because I don't need to throw stones or sling mud at nobody, to promote what we doing, because it's evident, it speaks for itself. It's blowing up like wildfire. Anyway, so we went to this group that he knew about, and while we were in there, I just sat back and did the knowledge for a minute. I just didn't say anything. I just was listening, observing, respecting what was being posted. And what I noticed, it was a whole lot of profanity, a whole lot of snatching back and forth. Cats weren't really like building with one another. They was trying to tear each other down. Who got the slickest wisdom? Who could say the most degrading thing to the next person to draw a crowd or applause from the audience. And what I saw was lacking was that unity, that love. Like nobody was really working together. They were in cliques, and I was like, that's all for none. It shouldn't be like that. And so I got into it up in there. I don't think I stayed long because I didn't see a need to. So he was like, yo, why don't you start your own, start a group, man, because you got all that knowledge and wisdom. You need to start your own group. And I was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that, because it's a lot of drama that goes to doing stuff like that, like the time-consuming part of it, of facilitating the group, not just moderating, but facilitating. Because not only do you have to be the office of moderation, watching over to make sure that nobody get out of pocket, lewd, harassment, you know, trolling, things of that nature. But you also have to make sure that the group stays fresh, which means that when you see it hitting a low tide, like it ain't a whole lot of traffic or postings, how you can rejuvenate it or respark it by you know what I mean, going in it and putting something thought provoking up, or some information you don't think that the masses is aware of, and that'll like rejuvenate it right there on the spot and bring it back to life, you know. Giving CPR to a website, to a Facebook group. So I had created the joint anyway against my better judgment, which turned out not to be the best judgment. But I created the website, Facebook group, brought them in and was like, yo, this is our Facebook group. And it was like 5 of us. He brought like 3 of his friends, so it was me, him, and 3 of his friends. And 5 went to 13 in a week. Week 2, it was 52 people. And then we had a very formidable number, if I must, to what we started with. Not in competition with no one else, just with our old numbers. You know, we formidable with what we started out with, going from 5 to 130, 100. You know, that's a large success in just quantity and how many people were there. But what made our group unique to any other group that anybody that's been in our group would easily agree to is that it's the air, it's the atmosphere. But atmosphere, the air of unity and family oriented. Ain't a whole lot of beef and stuff. In fact, we don't tolerate it. There's no lewd remarks. There's no half-naked pictures, because we respect our black woman as well as ourselves. Is what we have is something I have not seen duplicated. And what's great is that I visit other groups, but this group, Universal School of Thought, I've never visited a group as much as I'm always in this one, like 3 times a day. And when I come back, it's always something to smile at, something to make me scratch my head and go research, or, you know, something to build on with somebody because they got some, what I call to be a valuable question. And I don't know about a dumb question, but I know some questions that don't have much value to them. Be like, for real? You know. Anyway, the next step ended up being a talk radio show, because it was like, you know, something's lost in the language of written words sometimes, and that be the emotion and the expression that can go along with it, the gestures. And we had not yet gotten to the video part, right? But we had so I created a talk radio show, and every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. you know, you can find us up on there. We doing our thing, Blog Talk. And the link is in the group. Every Sunday we got a different topic, something that's relative to our current state and condition, not of the well-off, but of our people that still struggle. You know, when I say our people, I'm talking about anybody that any human family seeking knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and is not offended by the truth. Because when I say when I say, you know, the name of the talk radio show is HURTS, hurts. The truth hurts sometimes, but that's hosted Universal radio talk show, and it's very lucrative right now. It's growing astronomically, and I'm so thankful for my brothers and my sisters and my queen that has been so supportive since day one when we started this thing, you know. And so after the talk radio show, it was like almost mandatory that we come up with a website, because there was other things we needed. We needed video, so we got that YouTube channel, and this is the beginning of that. And we got a forum where we can just build on and build on whatever. And then we have classrooms where we're teaching and learning from one another. Because the beauty about the classrooms is whatever your area of expertise is might not be the same as mine. I might be proficient in something totally different. And so I'm going to teach on mine, you teach on yours, and 3 other people teach on theirs. That's 5 people, right? So I come in with one proficiency. But leaving out of the classrooms, I come out with what I know and what they taught me. So that's funky 4 plus 1 more. Now I got 5 new, I got 5 sciences, 4 new sciences. And that's the art of it, you know what I'm saying, building. And so we got the classroom settings that's going on. And I mean, I'm talking about some relevant topics. We not talking about home economics as far as know your fork from your spoon and your soup bowl from your lemon bowl, which you dip your fingers in and things of that nature. I mean, maybe that'll become a topic, but right now we're dealing with things like the psychological reconstruction of the black family, or we're dealing with health and wellness, how to take care of natural hair, the true story versus his story, some things that ain't been told, hermetics, we got something on astrotheology, I mean, family ties, the improvement of black family and each individual's position in the family, these things that are in dire need. And we doing it on as city science. We taking high science through social science and teaching it as city science. And all that means is we taking them big words and using regular plain language and teaching it to our people that might not be aware of it or need a refresher course, because it's not always about I didn't know. It's been so long since I studied that I ain't remember it. Glad you brought it back up. Bam, you done sparked the sales. Also, we have a library. We have a library full of different kind of books, all kinds of books. The way this site is growing is beautiful, and I'm looking forward. We haven't went live yet because we wanted to make sure that we had our basic 5 classes, that curriculum. We wanted that to be on track before we attempted to go public or go live. It's live as far as being online, and you can look us up at www.universalschoolofthought.org. And it's online now, and you can search for it in your Google search engine and it'll pop up. And so with the Facebook group and the forum and the blog spot, and we getting ready to do an Instagram page and a Twitter page. We doing big things. The last but not least, we're looking to open up the black market product store. And what that is like back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, back in 1921, the United States bombed a black Wall Street. This was the original people's attempts to establish our own commerce, capital, and surplus, and working amongst one another. In the Jewish community, their money, their dollar, circulates 8 times before it leaves their community. And so that's what we tried to do in Tulsa, Oklahoma back in 1921. And the United States took a drastic hit, or at least that state did, because they weren't seeing the outcome that they were accustomed to. They tell you when you go to work you earn an income, but really the education, the economic system is an outcome-based education, not income-based. They're not teaching you how to make money, to save money, to take care of yourself and community. No, they're teaching us how to make money, to give back to them, to keep their businesses and companies fluent, flourishing, and successful. Not for us to learn things about CDs and stocks and bonds. I don't want that for us. Come on now. Because if we start investing in our own, who do you think the backbone of this whole economic system is? 85% of its capital is brought by original people who outnumber the Caucasians 11-1. And don't take my word for it. Go investigate the facts. Out of 22 billion people on this planet, check it out for yourself. And if you doubt me, you know where to reach me. Just come join, challenge me. I'll prove it. And if I can't prove it, I will apologize. But the proof is in the pudding. How many CDs you own? Oh, don't worry, I'll wait. Exactly. Now, back to my point. This group was created for the sole purpose for us to come up out of a bad situation. But it ain't gonna happen if we don't do nothing. And I was tired of waiting on somebody else to build it. So I did it. And then I knew I could not do it by myself. So I relinquished or distributed my authority with 11 other individuals that are like-minded and that have the same common denominator. We are a council of 12, a universal council that help guide the groups, forums, chat, radio show, all of that in a direction which will benefit the whole. Because usually when we only have one leader in the community, it ended up being some crap going on. And I didn't want that on me. I wanted that on us. So I believe that, or better yet, I knew that the best way to show unity is from day one, from the start. So I brought in, 11 like-minded and 12 of us. And I believe that in the center of us is God. I really do. I think we're guided by God. And you don't have to be religious, because that God could be good, orderly direction. Like I said, we're a universal school of thought. Atheist, agnostic, whatever it is. We not here for that. You deal with your own relationship with your creator or the lack thereof. But when it comes to the heart of man and woman, we put it to the test. It has to survive the acid test based on how you behave here. And I'm glad you took the time out to watch this. Get to know me a little bit. Get to know what it is that we about. I really don't have a whole lot to add on right now because, like I said, we're in the infant stages. But it is up. It is running. But soon I'd like to see it grow and prosper even more than it already has. And I'm going to tell you, like, our team is, like, they comical. I mean, they be having me down. Like if I'm at work and I'll just laugh at the laptop, right? I'll be laughing at the laptop, and people will walk me like, what the hell is wrong with him? You know what I'm saying? But they don't even know, like, the interaction that we have is beautiful. And we like to have you on board because it's real. It's real. And it's like, none of us never met in a physical form. And there's I have no worries about theft or backsliding or backbiting, because I believe that it was, or I feel like it was brought together for a divine purpose to improve our situation. I'm going to tell you that never would I have dreamed by just making a Facebook group, like there's like thousands of them, that it would grow to be what it is today. I think Wolf would start laughing. One of the brothers, Wolf would start laughing at me because I'll be getting ready to get to crying and be like, man, I'm tearing up, son, I'm tearing up. And he, there you go with that. Oh, sentimental old man. You know what I mean? But whatever. What we doing, we making a difference. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but this ain't going to be my only video, but I really ain't. This is actually my first video, yo. I don't really get down like that. I be in my books, and I got a a lot of them. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Keep coming, because I'm telling you, we going to keep growing. And we could use your help. Believe that. Because you have a gift too. You have a gift. God gave you a gift, or whatever you believe. You have a skill, or aptitude, or ability that nobody else can duplicate. And we need it. Because we have our own. And we use them to help one another. Be easy. Peace.